So in this video I am going to show you that you can actually use mesh items, geometry items, to act as a skeleton. In this scene you can see I have a simple piece of geometry, an abstract representation of an arm. And usually when you are going to create deformers or a skeleton, you will use your skeleton tool up here in the setup tab, and you will end up with something like this. Now, for this joint that has been created, I have removed the custom draw options. Like here, these joints have custom draw options that are the default when you use the skeleton tool, but for this joint I have removed them. I have done that to show you that these are actually just locator items. They are nothing else. That is also something I've explained in previous videos. These are locators. So when I double click that, you see the complete hierarchy gets selected, and this is actually a parent-child relationship of locators. That does actually nothing else because it has not been bound to anything, so there are no influences on geometry. They are just simple locators, and in this case with the so-called skeleton draw options. But you could also use actual geometry as an effector for a deformer, and let me show you. I'm going to hide this so-called skeleton, and here I have a simple piece of geometry representing an arm. When I go to my lists, you can see that I have created 3 weight maps for it. So when I select my arm low and go to my vertex map view, you see my arm low, arm up, and my so-called hand weight map. The weighting is very basic, it's not very good. Back to my shaded view, but anyway, simple piece of geometry with 3 weight maps. And I have tried to do a bind. When you go to your deformers tab, you have the bind, and you can bind a skeleton to geometry in setup mode, but I have actually not been able to do that, so I have rigged it up manually over here. So I have my arm up, which is this one. Select it again. Oh, I have set it to be invisible. I should have shown you. So when I hide my other piece of geometry, you see I have 3 pieces of geometry up here that I have parented to one another, and for each one I have created a general influence. And when I select the general influence, go to properties, you see it's type weight map, and weight map name is arm up. This one also type weight map, and weight map name is arm low. And this one, you've guessed it, weight map, and the weight map name is hand. And in setup modes I have connected them to my geometry. So can I use now these geometry items as my skeleton? Yep, I can. So now this, and I'm going to hide this for a bit. Select my arm low, press the E key for rotate. So you see now I'm actually using geometry items, and I'm going to hide them for a moment. So I'm actually using geometry items as effectors in my deformers to create deformers. So now I actually have a skeleton of actually geometry items. So just wanted to show you that. Maybe at some point you may find it useful to know that you do not have to use locator items as a skeleton. As I've shown you, you can actually use geometry items. So hope you found it useful. This was Dominic. Bye for now.